G'day everyone.
This is Ray.
Oh, this is Jarrod and this is DADelaide, and well, we are both very nervous because we are about to do episode 4 celebrating the Dads of Adelaide in Parliament House. We are about to chat to the Premier of South Australia. He's a father of 2, he's the busiest man in Adelaide, and are you nervous? Do you need to go to the toilet or anything? Nah, because we have to be good. Look me in the eyes and say, promise Dad. She's not looking me in the eyes. Whoa! What was that?
That's the drinks cabinet. Do you want to leave that on or take that off?
No, I like this. This is very formal, and the reason why I'm wearing this, ladies and gentlemen, for episode 4 of DADelaide is because I'm in Parliament House here, and this is brilliant. I'm so grateful that the Premier of South Australia, the Honourable Stephen Marshall, has given me time to have a chat on DADelaide. Thank you very much.
It's good to have you in Parliament House, and it's great to have you, Ray.
This is amazing. This is actually the first time I've ever been here, and I'm blown away because you see this stuff on TV and you read about it, and it's amazing. And you're a very busy man, so thank you for taking the time to have a chat about being a dad. I think it's good for me because I don't know anything about politics, and I know you as a person, so it's great to speak to you as the father and the person, because I'm sure you've got lots of people every day who speak about your job. Tell us about being a dad.
Well, I've got 2 great kids, Charlie, who's 21, and Georgie, who's 19, and unfortunately for me, both of them are living outside of the state. Charlie's up in Queensland at the moment. He's studying up there, and Georgie's actually doing a work placement in London. She's not back until January, so at the moment, no child.
What's that like? Because I'm obviously pretty hands-on with Rain at the moment, and she lives in the same house as myself, let alone the same city or the same country, but I need to be hands-on. But I understand that when she gets a little bit older, she's going to make her own decisions about her education and things like that. How hard is it letting go and going, follow your dreams?
It's really, really hard. When I was younger, I read a book or read some work by a guy called Winnicott, who basically said the best parent is the just good enough parent. What he meant is you should love them and you should feed them, but you should let them make their own decisions in life.
Yeah.
Sometimes make their own...
Rain, what are you doing? Sorry.
There's nothing that can go wrong in here.
We need to behave ourselves in here. You're going to be a good girl. She just walks off mid-sentence all the time. So.
There is nothing that can go wrong in here. The normal behaviour in here is much worse than that. I mean, that's the least of our problems.
Okay, sorry, continue. Yeah.
So what this guy talked about was that the best parent was a just good enough parent. But what he meant by that, because it sounds a bit odd, but feed them, love them, but beyond that, let them make their own decisions. And that can be very, very difficult as a parent, like extraordinarily difficult. But it is so important that kids get to make some of their own decisions. And as they get older, they're making more and more. And in the end, you're sort of lucky if they even tell you what the decisions are.
Yeah. You okay? We're actually sitting next to your seat as well. The one thing I wanted to ask you about your job being the most important man in South Australia making the decisions about the future of our state is it's such a polarising job. I mean, I work in the media where people love or don't love what I do, and that's your job. And you understand that your role is... You don't want to come next to me? Where are you going to go? Okay, you go run around, all right? All right, you go run over there. We'll come over and see you in a sec. You understand that your role in the city is that some people are going to like the choices you make and others won't, which I'm sure affects you personally. But as a dad, how's that affected your kids? Like going to school and studying with the knowledge of who you are?
Well, I've only been in the role of Premier for the last 18 months, and my kids are older, so I think it's been an advantage that they haven't been at school.
Hi Rain, well, I'm just chatting to the Premier, mate. I'll check in with you soon, all right? Thanks. Sorry.
So I think it's a lot easier for me that, they're not at school or at university in Adelaide at the moment, because I think it is, it can be pretty tough on kids of politicians, especially in leadership roles, because you do make decisions.
All right, you can be happy here then, and we'll come over to you. Does social media play a role?
Social media is crazy. I mean, you're on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Everybody's got a camera, basically on their phone, so they're taking lots of stills of you. Sometimes you can be looking in the wrong direction, or you can be looking you know, with a funny expression on your face. Next thing, it's all over social media. Often it's just a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
But sometimes for kids it can be pretty difficult. But my kids are pretty resilient kids. I've been in and around politics now for almost a decade. So they've sort of, it's been a lot of their formative years being in and around politics, and have been very supportive. Not in the public eye. They've done very few things with me in 10 years, like very, very few things. And I think in a way that's good.
Yeah. Rain, can you just come here for 1 sec? I just need to tell you something really quickly. Yeah, okay, I was just gonna say, you've got a nappy on, but don't wee on the floor in here.
But we've got loos.
Has anyone ever weed on the floor in here?
Not that I'm aware of, but you know.
Okay, can you wee your nappy?
Well, you just go now. It's just outside this door.
Do you want to go to the toilet? Great, I mean, I'm just with the Premier, and I mean, this is what happens with being a dad. We're just going to the toilet. Back. No, let's go, mate. Let's just interrupt. The Premier's the busiest man in Adelaide, and we go to the toilet.
I'll just do some work here on my phone.
Right. So sorry about that.
No problems. All sorted.
You're good, Rain? All right, you come and sit here.
Toilet trailing is a lot of work.
I know. You washed your hands, didn't you? So you're going to be a good girl now. Of course you've been.
Good work.
Having kids who are a little bit older is something that I haven't spoken to anybody about on DADelaide before, which is amazing because I've only spoken to parents with younger kids. Do you feel that sense of pride when you see your kids making their own decisions that you've helped instill in them and growing up? You've got an ouchie, we'll fix it in a sec, mate.
Absolutely. Both of my kids had a gap year immediately after school. They went to live in England. Both of them got completely different sort of benefits from that time away, but they both came back completely different. Same sort of personality, but far more confident, independent, making their own decisions. So that was a really good time for them. Yeah, I'm super proud of both of them. As I said, very different people. Georgie, I think, will end up somewhere in hospitality because she's got this sparkling personality.
Yeah.
She can talk to 16-year-olds or 60-year-olds, and she just draws the best out of all of them. So I think hospitality would be really great for her. Charlie, I think, is super smart, so he's wanting to get involved in IT and big data and data analytics, whatever that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
But he's really applied himself and found something that he really, really enjoys.
Awesome. Let's go to a different part of this beautiful room at the moment. What's the official name for where we are? The chambers?
We're in the House of Assembly chamber. So this is where every law since 1889 has been made. Every law for South Australia since 1889 has been made in this incredible chamber.
Rain, tell us where we're going to go stand right now, and then we'll finish up and I'll get you an ice cream. Quick, point here in the room. Where should we go sit? Run over there and we'll go follow you. Good job.
We are sitting in the House of Assembly chamber right underneath a portrait of Joyce Steele. And Joyce was the very first female representative elected to the South Australian Parliament. And we should feel very proud about that because we're the first place in the world to allow women to run for Parliament.
See, this could be your future. Do you want this to be your future here, Rain? Do you want to live in this castle? When we did go to the toilet, she said, kings and queens go to the toilet as well. Well, that's fantastic.
That's true.
News.
And the Queen has been here on multiple occasions.
Do you like queens? Yeah. And kings. Yeah, you hold this. You are the busiest man in the world, and my wife always says that I'm very busy as well, which is true. As a parent, and when your kids get time to come back to Adelaide, is that a real focus of yours, that work-life balance where you actually need to go, I need to make sure that I'm spending that quality time as well?
You definitely need in life balance, and I love, even when I was super busy, I always got up early in the morning, so that meant that I got a lot done, but always breakfast with the kids.
Yeah.
And cooking breakfast for them every day was just like a ritual in our family. So because you got to, rather than just having the cereal or whatever, cooking them a meal, scrambled eggs or mushrooms or some spinach or whatever it was going to be, just gave you an opportunity to sit down and have a chat with them and start the day. It was really precious time.
Does it give you perspective on what's important in life as well? I mean, you have such a full-on job where it's just, sometimes, especially this year in 2019, we've had so much tragedy where it sometimes takes, I know you can't take me seriously when I look like this, but sometimes it takes the bad stuff for us to reflect on what the important things are, but having children with Rain, doing things like this, it makes me go, this is what life is all about. And we have important jobs, and it's very important, none more than yours. but outside of that, the human side of it, being a father, must be really important to you.
It's definitely the most important job I've ever had, and look, that's really why that's why I think most politicians get involved in this crazy game, is because we do want to make the world a better place. I think we already live in one of the best cities in the world. I think our regions in South Australia are second to none. It is really a great state.
Yeah.
We should all feel really proud and privileged to live here, but we should never take it for granted. Just because it's a great place at the moment doesn't mean that it's always going to be like this, and that's why it really is important to work hard and make sure that we look after our next generation, make sure they get to the toilet, make sure they wash their hands.
We're going to wash your hands in a second, all right? If you just go sit there, I'm just going to finish this and wash your hands, okay? Yeah? Where's your thumbs up? She's having a great time. Thank you so much for taking the time to have a chat. I know how busy you are, and what I've loved about this, and the reason why I do this DADelaide video, is because I'm really passionate about the human beings that make up the job. So many times we are defined by our job, where we sit in society and things like that, and that's how people make an assessment of the person. And I know for you, that's every day in your life, where people judge you, the choices you make, probably how you parent and things like that. And I'm using this as a passion to be able to go, I like focusing on fathers, whether they're new or not new fathers, to go, there are real people who have real life stuff behind the scenes as well. And you've given me the time to do this. It's amazing we're doing it here while Rain is double milking. Thank you, because it's been an absolute pleasure to have some time, and you've always been so giving to me, so I really appreciate it.
No, pleasure, and good on you for looking at this project, DADelaide. I think it's really great. There are a lot of fathers who I think every father wants to be the best father that they possibly can, and having resources like this, contemporary resources, hearing other people's stories, I think is really valuable. So congratulations, well done.
Premier, thank you very much. Rain, before we go, you have to come and give him a high five goodbye, and then we'll go get your ice cream. Give me a double milk. You go high five, you say thank you, Premier.
Oh,
you say thank you, Premier.
Good one.
Oh. Oh, we got there eventually. I mean, she's half asleep and she's gone now. You're hiding. We're going to call security. Can you call security? Is that right to kick her out?
I think she could stay here.
Oh, well, she could definitely stay here while I go. Thank you very much. That's great. Cheers.